Tendulkar will go down certainly in Indian history, I think, as probably their best player. And there have been some very good ones.
I think he's one of those very few great players who started off looking special. At the age of 14, 15, anybody who saw him realized that he was a child prodigy.
The best way to sum up Tendulkar's technique is to go back to what Sir Donald Bradman said about him. And that is that when Bradman was watching him bat one day and he said to his wife, "Come and have a look at this bloke bats like me." And he was talking about Tendulkar.
I think he's the best player in the world today, without a shadow of doubt.
Tendulkar is close to being the most perfect batsman one has ever seen. His back left is straight, his balance is unbelievable, he can play off either foot, he can play on either side, and again, that ability that separates the men from the boys, the ability to hit the good ball for boundaries or sixes.
It was one of those hundreds where you realise you were watching someone special. And it was the youngest, he was the youngest player to score a Test century in Australia. And he did it with a style that everyone who was there knew they were watching something special, and they were very lucky to be there.
He's rewritten the history books. He's done absolutely brilliantly all over the world. And you just have to look at him, and he's clearly one of the all-time legends.
Tendulkar, tremendous cricket, wonderful cricket. I would come on my bed any time to watch him. He's great. I mean, you just look at his record. He loves playing.
I think the one at Sharjah, 143 against Australia, that was a tremendous knock. I mean, a game before that he scored 134. The finals he scored 143 and brought victories for India in both those games. And let me tell you, single-handed wins those were. Sharjah wicket wasn't very easy to bat on, and the Australians scored heavily against India. And this little champion goes in and scores those hundreds. The hundreds, that two big ones, that gave India the victory. I think I would rate those two innings as his best in one international.
Well, this little man is the nearest thing to Bradman there's ever been.
This man was destined for greatness.